Calling in a little late here. Might need to actually adjust some audio real quick. A little bit there. Okay, cool. So we have Tristana Udyr ban with the Morgana Thresh bans. So getting rid of the jungler Morgana because we're in a different universe now. And this is actually the matchup we've been really waiting for to see if Unicorns of Love, how well they stack up against a major region. They are one of the best teams that we've seen in minor regions actually contend with top of the table talent from LEC, LCS, LPL, and LCK. Out of all the teams that are actually here from the minor regions, I expect Unicorns of Love to have the best showing. And frankly, because Vietnam is not here, we're really expecting, and that provided this group of UOL, RNG, and Pintanet GG to just be 3 teams. I expect UOL to get out as number 2. Pintanet's just not showing a lot of ability to keep up with the current state of the game and just keep up with the caliber of players and teamwork. Now, flowing through, oh, are they about to flex the Ivern like a bunch of Neanderthals? Sorry. Oh, bless. Alright, let's change over to the good mic. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh, goodness. Okay. Xayah Olaf. So Wei actually going to go probably a heavy farming route with the Olaf and an Anisec on the Trundle, which we have not seen Trundle in a long time. This is not a fast-paced jungler, and I don't think it's even a good pick into Olaf. It's going to make him way squishier if he ults him, but there's just not a significant tank presence that's expected coming in. It's not even just not a significant tank showing on the side of RNG. If you wanted to get true value out of Trundle, you'd want to put him against a Sejuani normally, jungle to jungle matchup, or against a Scion. So I found this to be a very confusing jungle pick out of Unicorns of Love, and well, definitely different. It does not give me any confidence for how this game's going to go and how this draft's going to end up. And Xiao Hu is going to grab the Lucian. That's definitely a Xiao Hu pocket pick there. Let's see how this next ban phase goes through. We get rid of the Rel. So removing any engage options out of Santos. Trying to remove some agency from the bot lane. So there's a lot of filling space here. Filling time that I could be doing. So this actually puts in, yeah, this actually does put in some good pacing, because I think Xayah would end up getting Prio in lane just on a 1-to-1 basis against the Kai'Sa. The Olaf's going to have much better pace and momentum than the Trundle. Trundle just with single target damage the whole way through, while Wei is going to be able to clear with the Undertow. The Orianna, the next ban coming out from RNG. The Rakan taken away from RNG. So just denying the Lovers duo bot lane, but I don't feel like that's really what they would be. I still feel like that's not like the best use of a ban. There's not really any other major picks that I can think of. But as long as Ming gets his engaged supports, he's pretty happy. Yeah, and UOL missed a ban, or we have a bug right now, because that seems super suspicious. No Man's looking to take the Victor, so this is actually going to provide late game insurance and a very high damage mid laner control mage. The biggest issue for this is that it's going to open up an Anisec to actually be invaded, and for his jungle to just be destroyed by Olaf and RNG playing together to apply pressure, get initial realms off to invade the jungle and really make Anonysex's life a big problem. And Santa's taking the Braum, which I find a little curious. It's a super defensive pick. It doesn't have any clear synergies with the Kaisa. And I think they got rid of most of their engaged support options. And Cryde's going to take the Rise mid. So another great late game pair. Or Xiaohu and Cryde are just going to be playing catch with their solo laners. No. Looks like they're going to let the Lucian stick with Xiaohu. So Boss is going to have a rough time up top there. And this is going to be a little bit of fun. The bot lane, I'm going to expect a lot more action. Gala and Ming looking to really punish Lodic and Santos. I don't like the Braum pick. I don't like what I can foresee it attempting to do to prevent RNG from trying to run over Unicorns 11 and start their day with 2-0 and get that much closer to securing their victory and exit from the group stage. Okay. So we need to look, what's the early game plays here? What are the early options? How are they wanting to get Xiaohu ahead? So you can really punish Boss and get this Lucian online in control of his lane and really start denying UOL one of its win conditions. And it looks like Wei is going to start over at Wolves. Nanosec's going to start at Blue Buff. And I really don't like this Trundle pick. I don't know what it's supposed to do. Like, provide like an instant backline access for Lodic with the knockup. That's about the only thing I can really think of. It's going to be a great disruptor. It's going to basically provide like a small wall in a front-to-back team fight between Wei and the rest of his team. But I just don't think and don't feel like it's gonna get too much value out of it. There's not a major tank presence on the other side of the Rift. And the Unbreakable Will is just a pure damage debuff. It's not stealing really any stats. I don't think it's gonna steal any stats, and I don't see it as any counter pick to an Alistar. Unless you have like godlike reflexes to put down the pillar to interrupt the dash pulverize. The one advantage they're going to get out of this Braum is going to be like ideally these chains, the CC, the poke, this light poke in lane. I don't know what Anonysex's looking to do here. Level 3. Playing a little bit of behind here. It's going to get the knockup on Cryde. Cryde with flash available here. He's going to get low under 200 health. And he's going to make it out. So that's a really good gank. But I'm not sure if that's going to be worth it by the end of it. The XP catch-up game has been buffed for this patch. But it is not clear that it is worth ganking even early ganks like that. Yeah, there's the pacing issue as identified by Ender. Yeah, he has to. Yeah, so Nanasik has to immediately go for a bottle, but Wei's here. Oh, Zhao's about to just solo kill boss underneath tower here. This is almost too free. He needs to get Nar, but he's gonna just jump into Wei's open arms, and the lightning strike takes him out of the air. What am I looking for here? Champion abilities. What is that? Decimating strike? Vicious strikes. Reckless swing. That's her. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Oh, Gala's gotta get step forward here. That pillar's gonna get some work done. Ming's gonna get stunned up here. He still has flash. He's gonna flash out here, but I think they've still got the kill on him. So, second blood, Unicorns of Love goes on to the Kaisa. So that's a good start here for Lodic. Yeah. Definitely RNG getting too comfortable, not respecting the gank potential, and just backing off. It's those kind of mistakes that would allow any. Yeah, this is way too long here. This is just baiting out, trying to kill too much time, getting very greedy. And now they're forced to run it. Pillar's gonna go up, push him away, but they have no problem walking back up to this. The slow zone around the pillar just providing such an easy time of it. And both of them flash in, so 3 summoner spells used, 4 summoner spells used for that. Gank. And Onyx's about to get caught out here. He's going to get headbutt pulverized here, and he's just going to get locked up here, and Wei's going to take the kill here. So that is... Boy, that is rough there, bud. A lot of getting delayed from his back here. Wei's on his way down here. I think they're about to do some lane ganks here. The teleport's coming in from Cryan. I don't know if they're going to be able to get this here. Lodic looking low. Tower shots are going to put a lot of damage out on the way, so he's going to have to get away from that. RNG picking up the pace here after that first mistake here, not calming down. Oh, and this is super bad right now. 23 CS to 58 CS right now. Zhao Hu doubling the CS of boss. This is really rough right now. Unicorns of Love with maybe one side of the map in their favor. Nasa coming top side here. There's no wards actually protecting this, but I don't know if they're going to be able to even get anything done here. Going through the tribe brush. Boss halfway up through his Nar right now, but Zhao Hu might be... Oh, he's going to ult into the face of Anonasek. He's going to get interrupted. Boss getting super low here, and Zhao Hu's going to get the kill with the flash. And Zhao Hu, not a care in the world. This is... Yeah, topside is lost. There's no chance for topside to come back now. Ugh.
It is so fun to watch, and it is exquisite for LPL fans, for RNG. Put yourself in the shoes of UOL and anyone from the LCL. Obviously, it's a difficult game to watch.
Very difficult game for Unicorns of Love.
When you see how RNG are playing,
There's nothing No Man's can really do here. He's just stuck clearing these waves and allowing Cryan to roam. This is the problem that Perks had in the game against Damwon Gaming earlier yesterday. Victor, while a very good, reliable source of control mage damage later on in the game, does not have a lot of agency earlier on in the game. He just is stuck in the middle of the lane collecting waves and can't really make much else happen.
with it compared to the other powerhouse teams in the region as well. But here in the group stage, they are definitely introducing the unicorns or reintroducing the unicorns to LPL aggression, to introducing Pentanet to that as well, and just showing that hey.
All right, Wei coming topside again here, just clearing out the wards. Boss about to get out of his mega. Yeah, and Wei is just maintaining control, making sure that Xiaohu's got coverage. And we're going to start out the first Herald. So just continuing that snowball. 3,000 gold lead at this time, only 8 minutes in. This is getting pretty silly. And Boss is going to have to back off here. Crying showing in the jungle, but still, Xiaohu 2 levels up over Boss now. This is actually insane.
If we get through the rest of this group stage and take a look at the CS differences, there's a possibility that RNG
And Anesthetic coming on up here, but the controller is going to spot him, and Wei is looking for a fight. Wei wants this, and they're going to see him.
still a level up over
And I just have to clear this forward and get away here. But this 2v2, even with the tower in play, is not going to work out. And Cryan's coming on up here. Nemesis, No Man's is put down. Controller to spot this. He can't get the E on. He's trying to actually probably cheese out and get the scuttle. And he's going to steal it. All right, little victories. Little victories for No Man's. But in a sec, I think once this on the way, going to miss the pillar.
That's the psychological play. No Man's uses that death rate to secure it. Could they pick up the eye? I don't think they were able to. No, Wei got it. Wei did get it. There we go. All right. Well, let's take a look at that. Lodic gets caught out by the
Lodic getting a little caught by the blade recall.
Santas. They're actually doing relatively well in this lane. They've been pushing a whole bunch.
Yeah, this is the only actual side of the map where
Performance on Kaiser.
it's been pretty neutralized, but that's mostly because Ming's been getting more off with his roams than Santas. It's not even, I don't even think we've really even seen Santas leave lane right now. Leave up to this point.
Terrifying. It's terrifying. Worlds is going to be spooky. I'll say that. Thankfully, at MSI, you only have to face one LPL AD carry, unless they're doing some kind of roster swaps, anything like that. But yeah, that definitely is a terrifying prospect. And you know what? He's not even the strongest AD carry in this game. Because right now, Xiaohu's having the time of his life up in top lane.
Yeah.
3 CS, 101, didn't delay himself with a boots purchase or a Doran's purchase at the start of the game. He got those free ass boots. He got a long sword to start the game off. So he's already got his mythic item. It's totally going fine for him. And
Wow.
all he has to do is farm. All he has to do is chill out.
And Jahu actually leading in farm right now across the map here. This is a very disgusting situation. Jahu is playing PvE at this point. Like, there's nothing the boss has really been able to do to even contest his laner.
Further with the boop, it should drop the tower. And Lodic did back. He picked himself up.
And that's going to be gold on to Wei and on to Gala.
Again, that's first tower.
And this Herald might, nope, looks like Lodic's going to be able to catch it and prevent it from getting any more charge off. But there's, the worst part is that this scaling ends up becoming questionable. The play making ability of Boss over Xiaohu is pretty easy and pretty straightforward, with a Gnar being able to just, if you can grab a good 4-man Gnar ult, could be the great saving grace. But you gotta actually get the positioning for that and be able to contest for the vision, for the positioning. Teleport coming in here from Boss. He's actually on his Mega Gnar level. This could be huge. Oh, he's already at half health. And they're going to back off. Boss super low right now. I don't like starting out this fight here. Oh, No Man's a little bit behind here. Ming speeding in. Here comes the flank from Xiaohu, and he's just going to lay into them, and Nautica's going to get brought super low here right now. Lodic's going to try to get him out. Xiaohu, no mana available, and he's going to be brought really low here, but can Unicorn's Love even contest or even get over? No, and the dragon is secured by RNG, so Xiaohu's flank works out, distracts, and Unicorn's Love can't do anything. They cannot contest that. Drake can't even have a fight. Oh no, Ming and Gala just going underneath the tower, and clean dive there out of Ming and Gala, just not scared to go underneath it, and I don't think No Man's even knew that was possible.
That they showed, they are trying to dance on the edge of safety as much as possible, but they're in such a difficult position because RNG can just hit them with their wallets. Yeah, and RNG are making all the right decisions too. There's so much theory going back to how they.
We're getting near. We're at a 6,000 gold lead now too. This is This is getting ridiculous right now. No man's just farming mid lane, looking for the best. Ming just flashes over. And Gala just easy assassination. I bet he's already got, yep, Mythic's on cooldown. That's what he used to get on in there for positioning. Yep.
So all these things for RNG they are executing on very, very well. And the next target for them, the mid lane turret, start hitting jungle camps, red, blue, respawn time.
Now we have the 1-3-1 split. Mid lane turret going to be taken soon enough.
To roam around the map, you have two very powerful solo laners too in Xiaohu and Cryan, so you can split into 1-3-1, play the entire map, and then collapse into the jungle with your priority to
And look,
jungle camps.
we need 2 just to secure red.
Help me understand something here. So RNG in the previous game, and even this game, playing a little bit loose, right? They're playing in the faces of their opponents. But I feel like in this game, RNG are demonstrating a really good understanding of where they have advantages, where they have pressure, the objectives that they're focusing. And even though it does look a little chaotic at times, how do you evaluate like their decision making, their macro or whatever we want to call it? Sure, I would say it's excellent.
So you have the classic version of just results-based analysis. They have 2 Drakes and all the kills. I think we could also just identify like what does each character ideally do. And you have this 2 split pushers. Oh, and we're about to actually have another dead troll here. The double stun's going to be great, but that's not really going to be enough damage to really call it worth it. And the tower's going to be taken, and they're going to be able to get out. Oh, and Boss almost with the Mega, but they're going to kill him before he even gets a chance here. And Y just jumps over Ragnarok proc to get out. Oh, but and that is heartbreaking there for Unicorns of Love. Yeah, this is where, yeah, I don't see the great value coming out. And Boss stepping too far forward here. Xiaohu there to actually get the big scare. And yeah, he had no chance there. So now we're entering the part where this 1-3-1 has got to get the last 2 towers down. And then the map control will probably be more or less complete. And they could start really getting ready for this Baron, which is actually still not even up yet. It's 3 minutes 40 seconds till the Baron gets up. We are at an incredible 8,000 gold lead for RNG at 16 minutes into the game. This is disgusting, to say the least. And there's no realistic plays available. Normally what you'd want to try to do to punish the 1-3-1 is to catch one of the side lanes out here. But as was iterated earlier by the cast, Xiaohu's too strong to even be 1v2'd easily. And the Realm Warp on the rise provides Cryan with a pretty easy way out from any collapses. So they just gonna get to do this game, do this split push style for free. This could be 3rd Drake here for RNG, and it's going to put them onto their soul point. And it just feels like Unicorns of Love just have no options. No ability to truly contest or even fight. This, I'm going to keep coming back to where the Victor and the Trundle picks just are not helping Unicorns of Love's case here. And just now getting his Mythic for No Man's 20 CS down from his lane partner, so from his lane counterpart, so not incredibly behind the average clock here. It's just that everything else has been accelerated so swiftly. 30 CS lead for Wei. Oh, what is that? 7 DCS lead for Xiaohu. And so many jungle camps stolen at this point. Oh, and No Man's gone up too far. Here's about to have a 3-man collapse, and this is just greedy. No Man's should have known this was not the option, but I imagine it was baited out here. He's going to flash away from the headbutt, but the follow-up flash knock-up from Ming is just going to help secure that. And Unicorns Love just getting stuffed here. Baron's about to come up. Still not up yet. And the second Herald's going to get dropped bot lane. This is probably going to get damage not just on this turret, but also on the inhib turret. They are actually making it impossible for Unicorns Love to realistically contest the Baron once it spawns here. They're not going to commit too hard into getting that inhib turret down.
Presented. There is no angles that UOL can look to attack. I think one of the things that I feel watching this game, the first 20 minutes in comparison to the Pentanet win, it feels as though RNG have slowed down the pace a little. They're playing the map a little more obviously as the composition would want them to do that. But also I think you do have to give some credit here to UOL. Despite the deficit, when they have had those skirmish scenarios,
Oh, Xiaohu about to have a 3-man dive here. Loaded going in on it. It's going to get the shutdown gold. There's some life. There are some signs of life there. You got to start somewhere, Quick Shot. You got to start somewhere. And that is a great place to start. Getting that shutdown gold and getting that kill. Relieving some pressure topside here. Oh, Wei gets a steal onto the blue buff. But now Unicorns, I think they want the fight here. Ming's going back in. Cryan has arrived here, and Gala's about to come in as well. And no one's dying outside of RNG. The TP from Xiaohu, he's already back. But that damage out from Cryan is disgusting. And Santos just barely makes it out with 1 health here. Boss, he's just a pelt for the back of Gala. And that's just in time for Baron. Wallet smack successful. And the 11,000 gold lead in their pockets as they take Baron. This is a masterclass in just controlling your opponent and not allowing them a chance to breathe here. And Xiaohu's just going to take out Santos. UOL just not aware of what can be done here. Oh, looks like going on in a sec. Can he get out? Pillar's going to save him. And it doesn't look like No Man's is really comfortable in this Victor either. He keeps going this back and forth that I saw just on myself last night in ARAM, where he keeps like motioning forward to try to find where he can get that E down to get out poke value of it. Oh, looks like we're going to have a catch here. It's just Ming and Wei though, and Wei gets to ignore it, but the Nar is already dead in mega form, and Unicorns Love need to run again here, but they're just going to get shredded through. Ming walking through, unconcerned, is going to get the stun proc off. Xiaohu with another kill, and Cryan going a little too deep here. He's going to go golden to save himself. Oh, and No Man's going to have to make a run for it. The calling, zoning it out, zoning them away. And that's going to be an inhib tower. First inhib tower, bot side. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get this before they leave. I think Gal's going to greet it out here, willing to take the 1v3, but I think he stayed too long, and he's about to get some shutdown. Ming goes in to try to push No Man's back, but they're still going to be winning this fight here. Xiaohu's arrived to really put out the hurt. But it looks like they're going to try to get onto Xiaohu again, and Xiaohu's going to get another kill. Boss is going to have to go in with his ability. Knock up, stunt up, rock in the face, but can he finish off Gala? I don't think he can. Gala's going to get that, and they might be able to be in position to close out this match. It's only an Nanosec alive with 4 alive on the side of RNG. And I think they're just ready for this game to be over here. Santos is alive, but I don't think a support and jungler are going to have a chance here. Tower shots being taken by Crying just to get some time, get some space, and Nexus is exposed here. Can Lodic do any damage here? I don't think they've got much time here. Triple knock up there from Ming, and they're going to get blown up. And just going to have to watch from the fountain as their Nexus is taken. Ugh.
Coming up against one another, and as obviously they're now 3-0 and looking very, very likely to advance to the Rumble stage, this is where now I start thinking about how do other teams start to contest RNG and who from UOL and Pentanet will join them.
Yeah, that's the matchup everyone's going to be looking forward to. I think everyone, like, when you look at how these teams have played against RNG, Pentanet sort of threw it all at them in the very early game, got blown out of the water. Unicorns didn't quite risk as much early on, but it was still similar level dominance from RNG throughout the game, and it's a tough group, no doubt, especially when you have to face like RNG and then you go into a match, so you just get beaten down. You're like, oh, that feels terrible, but this is the match that matters next.
Both games though, from Pentanet and UOL, a very early skirmish from Way sort of unlocked and set the tone for the game. Against Pentanet, it was that scuttle crab skirmish in the river, and against UOL, it was up in the top lane.
Just him flashing over a wall.
They weren't ready for it. Anyways, Josh in Verizon's 5G All Chat, he's sharing that he loves the format of MSI. We're looking for your thoughts too, so send them to us using Verizon 5G All Chat. I'm loving MSI as well. I want to see if anyone can contest RNG. Dominant showing from a team that is expected to go very far.
Yeah, you know what? I want to see some close games. You know what? And we got one that could be Infinity versus.
Let's listen to Giants by True Damage on the League of Legends official playlist on Spotify while we're in the break. After that, Shucks, Catel, and Dagda will look closer at RNG's win as they remain undefeated at MSI. See you after the break.
Okay.